Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews, where today we're checking out Mark Zeigler's latest listing, a 2001 Nordic Tug 37. This one has been well maintained, had a lot of upgrades and has recently completed the Great Loop and is now on sale for $279,500 here in Jacksonville, Florida. This is my kind of boat. She's easily maintained and easily handled by a husband and wife team. She's got a length overall of approximately 39 feet. She's got a beam of 12 feet 11, and the all important one is she has got a maximum bridge clearance somewhere of around 11 feet, so she's perfectly capable of doing the Great Loop without any issues. Then if we start off in the aft cockpit, you'll see that this one's got a transom door that leads into the bathing platform. This extended bathing platform's also got boarding ladders built into it. I like the fact that there's a fender basket built into the transom. You've got your magma grill at the side. You get the extended canopy over top, giving you shade and protection for the entire aft cockpit. This would be a great little spot, especially if you want to do a little bit of fishing. I do want to point out this one's got a lot of spares, including a spare propeller. And you can see here we've got a large lazarette back here too. And if I pop this open, you'll see this is a perfect way to access the steering gear. There's also ropes and fenders in here, cleaning equipment. You can put some engine spares as well. The boat does come with a spare prop, spare alternator, spare starter, and a bunch of other engine goodies too. And as I close the lid, you'll get a close-up of that non-slip deck that works really well on this one, both back here and also up at the bow. Hot and cold shower in the corner. And then this one's also been upgraded for the gas locker, where it's actually carrying 2 propane tanks. And then from here, you've got easy access up to the flybridge. Now the flybridge on this one is a little bit different. You don't have any steering controls up here. But as we climb up, you'll see again we've got that non-slip deck material. You've got a handrail all the way on the outside. But you do have access to all your different aerials and antennas and things like that for the electronics. And this one's also been upgraded to include the Starlink. It's got the internet and the router. You just need a new subscription to transfer that across. But there's plenty of space up here for you to relax and enjoy the sunshine. And you also do have that folding bimini canopy cover that you can fully extend out as well. The owner upgraded up here so that there's a power outlet, and then that way you can also bring up a little fridge, and that way you get your refreshments close at hand without having to run up and down stairs all the time. And anytime I'm on any of these Nordic tugs, I love that funnel that they've got in place. It just helps set that nautical vibe where it feels like a mini tug. And speaking of nautical vibe, when you step into the lower accommodation, I love all the woodwork that's in here. I also love the amount of natural light you have from all those windows. I joked with Mark, the broker, whenever we were doing this video and said if you were doing a Great Loop, it's like driving your car around it. There's so much visibility doing it. It'd be a great way to enjoy such an experience. To starboard, we've got the galley. You see we've got a 3-burner gas stovetop. You get the oven down below. Good amount of countertop space throughout. Most of the windows that you see here are also opening so you can get fresh air while you're cooking. Plenty of storage lockers, drawers and cabinets throughout the entire boat. And that includes also in the starboard corner where you're going to have perhaps a perfect spot to put drinks, glasses and similar. You've then got a double stainless steel sink, and this one does have a shower head feature to the faucet. And this one carries 150 gallons of water, which has also got 350 gallons of fuel on board. Full height fridge freezer, ideal for doing extended cruising and living on board. And then the saloon that you see on the port side, this actually converts out and becomes a double berth as well. You've also got that high-low table that you can raise and lower to suit, with more storage underneath the bed too. And speaking of conversions, the owner really went all out on this one, and he's actually installed a washer-dryer combination unit in here, which is again perfect for doing the Great Loop. Now you've always got clean clothes, clean towels, fresh linens, things like that. And under the floor in the saloon, there's even a second hold. And this is currently being mainly used for life jackets and life rafts and things like that. But you can put a number of containers down here. You've also got access to your tanks, more cleaning materials if need be. And then moving forward, it's just a couple of steps up to take you to the raised pilot house. And from here again, I love the visibility you have. I love the fact that it's pretty much full beam. So there's plenty of room up here, plenty of space if you want to get your charts out for navigation. You get side door access to both port and starboard, so that's going to make it really easy for close quarter manoeuvring, but it's also going to make it easy going through the lock gates too. There's storage underneath those seats. You can also pop out, it's got a little footrest too, and there's drinks holders on either side. And the owner for this one has upgraded the electronics significantly. It's now got a new 16-inch Garmin multifunction display, and that includes a Garmin Radar. We've also got integrated with the Garmin Autopilot, and it's got an AIS transmitter and receiver, full engine controls, and this one's got just under 4,500 hours on the clock. It's a single diesel, but you do have a bow thruster to make it easier. And up overhead, you can see we get the Raymarine, VHF, you got your stereo, you got your clock and barometer, then you got your generator controls. And the generator's got just over 1,000 hours on the clock. And then speaking of engine, the engine is actually located under the pilot house. Two hatches open up and you've got plenty of space down here. And you're going to find a Cummins 6 BTA 5.9 diesel engine. It's approximately 330 horse. Now this boat in the right conditions, you're going to hit high teens, but if you're looking at doing cruising, you're probably going to cruise closer to 12 knots, and at which point you'll be getting a range in excess of 500 miles. And there's been multiple upgrades in here. There's a Victron 3000 watt inverter installed. The float switches in all three bilges and the grey water tank have been replaced, as have the fuel tank sight glasses. And both the main engine and the generator have had the raw water pump replaced. And there's also been a new turbo aftercooler installed. But this is a very clean engine, very clean build, no signs of any leaks whatsoever, whether that's fuel, water or oil. And then if we move back up to the pilot house, as you make your way down to the lower accommodation, that's where you're going to find all your AC and DC controls. And I like the fact that these are just clearly labelled. There's also easy access from the inside of the head compartment if you ever need to do any upgrades. A few short steps down into port is where you're going to find the guest cabin. And this one's got a somewhat unique layout because the top bunk you can actually pull forward to that little wooden groove that you see on the side, and this basically turns it into bunk beds, so you can sleep multiple people in this cabin if need be. And you can see that this one's currently mainly being used for storage and just treated as a guest cabin. And speaking of storage, if I close the door to the cabin, you'll see that there's a full hang and locker space behind. And then notice all the documentation that's included at the side. There's a lot of service history that comes with this yacht, a lot of owner manuals, so that makes it far easier for a transition to a new owner. It's all documented and ready to go. And then on the starboard side is where you're going to find the heads compartment. There's only one heads compartment on board, but this one has got a larger heads unit, and that way you've got the toilet here with the sink. There's access to the wiring for the helm if you ever want to do any upgrades. Opening porthole, and then you've got a separate shower compartment. And this shower has also got a little seat molded into the fiberglass. There's plenty of room in here where you can easily use that toilet and shower without any issues. Then moving forward is where you're going to find the owner's cabin. This has got a large island berth. I really like the headroom in here. I'm 6'2" and I don't have any issues this far forward. There's multiple opening portholes and hatches, so not only do you have plenty of fresh air, but you get plenty of natural light. The yacht's currently in undercover storage, so it might look a little bit darker than it normally is. But I do love the woodwork finish. I love how many locker spaces, drawers, cabinets that we have throughout. On the bow, you've got access to the anchor locker. There was a windlass up on the deck as well. I have plenty of storage if you want to turn this into full-time liveaboard use. And this yacht's fully air conditioned, and you can even control it from the owner's stateroom in the forward as well. And for additional storage, we also have multiple drawers underneath the bed itself. And then you've got access on the floor that's going to give you easy access to the bow thruster should you need to do any maintenance on there as well. This is a fantastic boat. You can see all the new teak and holly deck that's been installed in the lower accommodation. I think this one's going to get a lot of attention and sell quickly. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this one. Thank Mark for allowing me the opportunity to come on board. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you can leave a comment down below. If you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does make a difference. And I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.